And what growth by scale means is that beyond just making more sales and expanding the physical and organizational size of your business, scale means that you are now a better business at your current size. Because don't forget what I said in the beginning. Some businesses grow at the expense of quality. The business is growing, but the quality of the product is falling. The quality of the service is dropping. The business is growing, but profits are shrinking. When the business was small, profit was good. Let's say when the business was small, your operating margin was 30%. That was your operating profit margin. Now that you have grown, your operating profit margin has dropped from 30% to 5%. That's not good growth. It's not sustainable because you were more profitable as a small business than you are as a big business. What scale means is that maybe your operating profit margin was 30% when you were small. Now that you are bigger, you are now doing 40, 45%. So it's not just that you are a bigger business, but you are a better, more efficient business and more competitive business. That's what scale means. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand this scale, like the ones that we hear from our tech brothers and sisters. You know, when the tech people talk about scale, the way they put it, which is closely related to what I want to talk about, but I think the word scale has been overused so much that we've lost touch with what it actually means to scale. Some people think, of course, with the advent of businesses like Uber. Uber, for example, went for almost a decade without making profits. But Uber was expanding across the world, from the US to Canada to Europe to Africa to Asia. Uber was expanding, but Uber was not profitable. So when people say a business is scaling, sometimes I think that warps the meaning of the word scale. Scale actually means that you are expanding, you are growing, but you're not just growing in size. You're not just growing in market presence. You're not just getting more customers, but you're becoming more efficient. The quality of your products are actually improving. The quality of your service is improving. The quality of your performance, your profitability is improving. So you need to, I need you to understand that. So the example I've given here, right now you're making 100,000 as operating profit, but you're making that operating profit at 25% margin. Your current margin right now is 25%. You're making $100,000 in sales. At scale, you are making 1 million in sales, but your operating margin has grown from 25% to 30%. So this is a business that has grown 10 times in terms of sales, right? This business has grown 10 times in terms of scale, in terms of sales. But in terms of scale, it has improved its operating margin from 25% to 30%. That is what cements you as a growing business. That is the kind of performance that assures that you will not fall. You will not fall back to where you started from. That's what guarantees that you are not a big business today and then next year you will become a small business. Once you achieve scale, it means that you have become used to being a bigger business. Once you've achieved scale, it means that you've become more comfortable playing with your current size. If you're interested in learning more about the topics I offer when it comes to starting, building, and growing a business, this is your opportunity to join my community. It's known as the BMG. I provide extensive courses on different topics and challenges that afflict business owners, from how to optimize your profits, how to manage costs, how to boost your sales, how to develop processes, how to scale your business. There's a whole lot that I can teach you. If you want to go deeper into my content, this is your chance. Go to the link on your screen right now, jointhebmg.com.